Trapping plays a very important role in modern-day wildlife management. Professional wildlife biologists monitor fur-bearer populations to maintain a healthy and sustainable harvest of this important, renewable natural resource. Trapping provides recreation and income for licensed trappers across this country. The Fur Shed Series, brought to you by Who's Your Trapper Outdoors. Who's Your Trapper Supply, Leatherwood Creek Trapping Scents, HTS Productions, Who's Your Trapper Deer Scents, and Leatherwood Wildlife Art.
All right, basically just getting fur ready to ship, and I've got a handful of muskrats here I'm going through. When I take them off the stretcher, I always go through them and lift the belly tab up and got the back fur exposed. And if you did a good job to begin with, you're not going to have to do much, but sometimes they'll be a little bit matted down or whatever. If I go through and I comb them, anything you can do to make this stuff look better, it just takes a few seconds to do, definitely is going to pay off. Like those, it doesn't really need anything at all. But just go through them, make sure they're in good shape. Comb them up if they need it, and that way you've done as good a job as you can possibly do on the practical level of fur handling to get the most for that skin that you can. You know, right now fur prices are not that high, but I think we went through the time to go out there and catch it, and I think we need to take the time to take care of it. I think just to show respect for the natural resource, we need to do the best job we can with that skin. So, anyways, I go through them and just comb down the back area. If it's a little bit, if it needs it, do it. If it doesn't need it, just move to the next one. So. All right, on coons, I do the same thing. Get them off the board, and coons definitely need some attention, particularly if you're putting them on boards because it mashes the fur down. So I'm going to comb those things up, and if you get up under the back where the back legs are, pull that silver flank fur out into the window. It gives a better contrast now. Or Indiana coon generally don't have a lot of that, not like a western type coon. But you might as well enhance what you got the best you can. Then I kind of just give them a quick wipe down, and they're ready to go. So, like I said, on the coons, particularly when you're putting them on boards, this is important. It's important even if you put it on a wire, and then work on those guard hairs on the flanks. I mentioned, I've got a coon here. This coon right here was just not worth anything. I mean, it's just an old coon, late to prime, not much in the way of fur. You can tell the skin's all unprimed skin, just not that good of a coon. I did not take the time to put that on a wire stretcher. It's not going to bring anything anyways, even in a good fur market. It's still just way of, third quality coon or whatever. So anyways, I just put it on wire. I'm not going to take the time to put it on wood, tack it out, and spend all that time with it, and you still don't have a very good product. So I fleshed it properly, stretched it properly on wire. I'll do the best I can, but I'm not going to take the extra time and do what I did on the better coon on the boards. So, if you want to put them all on board, that's fine. As I've mentioned before, there's no fur buyers out there that are any size that use wooden stretchers. So wire is perfectly acceptable and perfectly fine. I do think that you can get a better looking product on wood, whether or not it's significant in the terms of what your fur brings is probably a little bit debatable, but the wire definitely makes a good looking skin. So. So anyways, just working through them and get them looking the best we can, and get them sent off. All right, I got a couple cats here. These are New Mexico cats. We take them off the board, comb them up. I do use an adjustable wooden stretcher on those. They're worth these aren't, they're worth, but they're still worth quite a bit of money. So you want to go to extra care taking care of these. Nothing special about the backs on these, just pretty much plain backs, but the belly is the most important part. Certainly between the two, this is the better of the two. The belly, although it's not very wide with the white part, it's wider than this other one, and then the spots have more clarity to them. So this is the better cat of the two. This one's a little bit smaller yet, and as you can see, there's not a lot of white here, and the brown almost comes and touches, you know, right there. So it does have some spots, and it's got some spots in the brown. But anyways, on those, so I'll comb those up. They've got little spots that maybe, you know, down in the lower belly area, crotch area of the cat, maybe had a little dirt or whatever that didn't get cleaned up when you first did them. You can take some borax and actually just rub into the skin like that, and that'll help clean that up considerably. And then just kind of give that a pop and get that off there. And that'll work on foxes and coyotes too. Typically though, cats are what have most prone to do that too. But that you can tell. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but that little bit of borax and rubbing it in there helped a fair amount. So definitely does well. I think just because of the gritty abrasion of that stuff and the way it absorbs is how that works. Borax in itself is considered a bleach, although it doesn't have that whitening capability like Clorox bleach. But anyways, it's a good thing to have around the fur shed for several things. But anyways, that's kind of what I'm doing, working this stuff through, getting ready to ship this stuff to North American Fur Auctions. So, all right, same thing on coyotes. Go through them. I did wash all these, so there's not much to do them. Getting them looking good. Just kind of comb them up, groom them a little bit. Little pop there, and pop them up, and they'll look pretty decent. They tell you, coyotes, one of those things, particularly here in Indiana. You get a coyote that sells for really good money, and then you get some that'll sell for $1.50. And gotta decide whether or not those ones are worth skinning. I know they're not. So, but you gotta kind of learn to evaluate, see where you're at in terms of value and assessing what that coyote's worth. Now, you can usually tell the really good ones, and then you can all tell the really bad ones, and those are the ones you don't want to skin. Of course, the ones in between take a little bit more expertise in kind of assessing what your value is, but certainly those ones that are rubbed up, got really weak spots on them, that kind of thing, they're just definitely not worth skinning. And the coyote market right now is very good. So, but if you still have a coyote that's not worth much, then that's just the way it is. It doesn't matter how good the market is; they're just not going to bring anything. So, And I do stretch my coyotes on wire. Coyotes here in Indiana are big, and I think they look just fine on wire. Their wire gives you more versatility in terms of size of animal. Like I said, I do wash them, particularly when the market, right now the market on coyotes is very good, so I think it's worth the extra effort to wash them. But anyways, that's what I'm doing. Just going through, doing some last minute grooming, get them look as good as we can, and get them ready to ship.